We getting it popping this morning. It's still morning. We still got 20 minutes. We just made it. Yes. Oh my God. So now let's get it popping off on Facebook, YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how to use this event setting. So I guess I could just stream straight to an event. I can have an event and I can stream straight in. I just got to figure out how and when to do that. But you know. Let's go and send out the black signal. Y'all with me? I was thinking about experimenting and trying to, but I think I'm gonna use that for the morning when I don't have to use my my phone. But I can stream directly from my camera on my thing, which will free up my phones so that when people want to call in on those mornings when we don't have to have our Toast and Talk. Of course, we're doing Toast and Talk today. Lines will be open 614-556-4535. I will ask for those that's listening. Let's do the libations first. Another thing I forgot to do. Let me see if about plugging up this mic. All right. I'm trying to get used to doing the mic thing because I will be, and I got to figure out how to do this because with this mic, I might have to get a directional mic. Because with the mic, when I get my new device, which was supposed to be here by now, but I just got word that the United States government stopped it from coming in and shit like this and stuff like that. So it's some stuff that company have to get. But I'm working on getting a Pivo so that I can have it stand and it can automatically face track and I can adjust it with the remote control and I'll be able to travel and do the shows. Especially, I was really hoping to have it prior to the mall. I wanted to have it during the mall so I could set it up and basically stream live from the mall all the stuff that's going on, because like we got the conversations going on, but with the conversations as far as the movie, and we're going to talk about the movie today too, because I got to show y'all something and I'm very, very pissed off. I left the job. I left my venture yesterday. I got in the car, I was ready, boom, I got a package, I went and looked at the package and I opened it up and my mouth just fell open. I was pissed. And then I started, we're going to talk about that in a second. Then we can also carry on some conversations that we was having about Pan-Africanism and whiteface or blackface of multiculturalism. We could talk about the proverbs that we covered this week. We could talk about the folk tale that we covered this week, or any other news events that might be popping off that y'all want to talk about. We of course are going to hit the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. You know what I'm saying? But once again, the show is y'all's, family. This is our show. I also want to hit because one of my favorite YouTube stations just said that they was doing a last show last night. And I was, because I caught it because what's crazy is, like I said, I had an opportunity to soak. I was soaking in the tub, and of course, part of the reasons that I soak and sleep sometimes and listen to stuff because it gets in. So I'm listening. No, leave it alone. So I'm listening to Real Life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm sorry. So I'm listening to this podcast, and all of a sudden I start hearing, "This is our last one," and I snapped up out my little trance and went back and said, "What the fuck did I miss? What you mean it's your last one?" Right? So we're going to talk about that, send some shots out to it, a great show. But like I said, everybody got to make their decisions because it made me really think about the commitment that we have. And how long I've been doing this, and I don't have they only been doing it for a year, and they was blowing up, and they was like, this too much work. And they said they doing it once a week. I'm like, God damn, I'm up daily doing this shit. I'm like, wow. And then but it is what it is. Hopefully y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, if somebody out there you can hear me, let me know. I want to make sure that the mic is not messing up. All right. So y'all know what comes next, right? First off, I want to welcome you to the place where your hustle builds muscle, right? You have now stepped into the congregation of the mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Girl, what's wrong with you this morning? Man, clear your throat before I start the show, Anime. Pull it from here. From down here.
Not from the mouth.
Not from the throat. What's you supposed to pull it from, Tasha?
The heart.
Not that deeper. Pull it down from within your core. So let's try it again. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Word. I am your host, Brother Hatim, and this is the Daily Toast. I want to say great Kuumba to all of y'all. You know this is a Heart of December production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Music sounding low. Everything sounding low.
Mr. Titty.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water. But first, take your breath and drink some water. Take a breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Breathe, then drink. Now grab your glass and get some water. Grab your bottle of that water. Twist the cap off that water. Lift and pour your water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch it out, fam. Move your body and drink some water. Oh. Move your body and drink some water. Just move your body. Come on. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Fam, just raise your glass. Drink. I think I will. Or should we say, raise, toast, then drink. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, drink. But to stay healthy, family, check it out. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Culturally appropriate, of course. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Break down. Drink it up with me, family. Drink your water. Lift your glass. did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hey.
We did it. No, we did it.
Man. Killing that 50 ounces. But damn, I meant to save some water for my new cup. So, now, before we get into toast today, I want to talk about this substance here. Right? Sound good on that glass, right? This right here, my friends, is a copper cup, right? So I'm going through the office, and one of my good friends called me in to her office, and she says, "I got some copper cups." I said, "Copper cups? What you got copper cups for?" And she started explaining why she had copper cups. I'm like, phooey. And she says, "Listen, you really need to look into copper." I said, "Well, why you ain't got no copper jewelry?" She ain't got on my copper bracelet. I said, "Okay. All right, I've been hearing a little bit about this copper. I'm going to go and check it out." So I walked away. She went, she printed up what printed up something for me. Said, "Now, you're going to take too long. Read this. You need to get some copper in your life." So, and she said, "Here, take this." Nice. I think ancestors like that sound, right? So let's go on and let's look at some of the benefits of copper before we pour to the ancestors. Then we can get into other conversations. So they call it the Moscow Mule Copper Cup. So that's what we got here. Copper mules are not just something of today. If you ain't never had a Moscow Mule, hot, woo, doggy. I'm talking about a dangerous drink, because that shit is good. When they make it right, ooh, man. See, now those that drink with me, you already know the Brother Hatim specifically demand that when I'm drinking, I got to be able to taste the liquor. I don't want ice. I don't want nothing. But if I'm drinking, I want to know that I'm drinking. Now, I know a lot of y'all like, "Brother Hatim, why is that?" Because if stuff is too sweet and too good, for me, you'll drink too much and you will lose total control. Because you don't know, right? So I like to know that I'm drinking liquor. I want to always remind myself, my beer is nasty. You know, y'all see me drinking Guinness Stout. It's nasty. I'm drinking it. Supposedly certain benefits, and I love the process of fermentation. Liquor is part of this whole fermentation piece. Now, but the issue that we have with liquor, and y'all need to be very careful and listen to me when I'm saying this, right? When you actually look at the health benefits of wine, right? The fermenting process of wine, and actual health benefits of real, homemade, unpasteurized wine, right? You will be shocked, because you're not getting what you think you are getting. Okay? You're not getting what you think you are getting when you're drinking the liquor, because the liquor goes through a distillation process. And a distillation process, what it does, it extracts everything but the liquor. So liquor is the result of the fermenting process, and you get a little bit of alcohol when you ferment, right? But what the distillation process does, it allows you to take out everything but the alcohol. Now the beers, same thing, fermentation process, and some of them are they pasteurize, they do something to it, and then re-add the carbon or whatever into to make it bubbly and stuff. But what we need to start doing, applying or start using in our community, and this is real talk, family, we really need to we need the fermentation process mastered and reintroduced to our community. I'm trying to tell y'all, a lot of the diseases, a lot of the ailments that a lot of you are facing are part and parcel of the fact that we do not have aged foods. And I know a lot of y'all like, oh, what are you talking about? Because fermentation is basically the process of aging food. It's allowing the bacteria and the yeast to help digest it, so it makes it easier on your system to get. It makes more of the vitamins and the nutrients available to your body. And that was part of one of the reasons we started the show, so that, boom, I could demonstrate that I'm drinking what I'm making every day. And, like I said, we have really missed a day. Might have been sick maybe 3 days out of the last 3 years that y'all done seen me. Y'all done seen me do 21-day fast. You know what I'm saying? And another one is coming up, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm introducing the copper cup. So this is going to play a major part in stuff that we are doing now, because I got something else coming, right? After I read about copper. So let's go through it real quick. Copper mules are not just something of the day. We have been drinking all kinds of liquids from copper embossed mugs for centuries, and that's for a good reason. The science behind the Moscow Mule. Of course, they got to throw that name on, all right? So here we go. Recorded in the early ancient Egyptians. Why is it called Moscow? Y'all see what? Did y'all just hear this? Recorded in early ancient Egyptian and Arabic texts, the use of copper in beverage vessels has an overwhelming amount of health benefits. The human body needs copper for metabolic functions, as it is essential. It is an essential trace element. Now, family, I want us to be mindful when we hear the term essential trace elements. Essential. Now, this means it's something that you need, right? But there are certain essential things that our body needs that our body cannot produce. And copper is one of those. Okay? Now, but it's a trace, right? So, don't run out and grab copper pills and shit, right? Because too much of a good thing turns into a bad thing if we look at the basic laws of the universe. Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurveda belief that health and wellness depends on a delicate balance between the mind, body, and the spirit, recommends the storage of water in copper-based vessels. And ancient Egyptians used copper vessels to keep water fresh. Scientifically stated, water stored in copper can kill even the E. coli bacteria that is linked to food poisoning. So I can't brew, I can't ferment in copper vessels, but I can keep the water that I use. Y'all getting it now, right? All right. It's called the oligodynamic. I like that word. The oligodynamic effect. Storage of water in copper produces what is called the oligodynamic. It's the oligodynamic. The oligodynamic. What is it? You just sound good. I can't get back. Say it with me, Sasha. The oligodynamic. Come on, Gina. The oligodynamic.
I'm not allowed to cuss.
Oligodynamic. Oligod. I ain't say oli. It's oligodynamic. Oligodynamic. Actually, it's oligodynamic. 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 All right, the oligodynamic effect. The storage of water in copper produces what is called the oligodynamic. The oligodynamic. Oligodynamic effect. In layman terms, it removes the impurities and unwanted microbes with its positive charge, thus improving the quality of the water. Copper ionizes water and balances the pH, removing other toxins. Benefits of copper. One of the greatest benefits of water stored in copper vessels per Ayurveda is the balance of all the three dashas within the body, because the vessel provides a positive charge. Now let's look and see what the hell that means. Our bodies do not produce copper on their own. Therefore, we must obtain it from our diet. Seafood, salads, and nuts, for example, are good sources of copper, but they only yield the element in small doses. We only need a trace, though. All right, I'm just saying. Essential trace element. Copper is an essential trace mineral that our body requires for healthy metabolic functions, which allows us to find balance from other things such as copper-infused water. Being an essential trace element in the body, proper balance of copper within the body is necessary to live a healthy life. Copper regulates our thyroid gland, allows our bodies to absorb iron more efficiently. I need that. Aids in cell formation and is the number one element responsible for producing nerve coatings or a myelin sheath. Wearing copper benefits. Not only is it essential, but many health benefits have been attributed to ingesting and even wearing copper. I am not certain you have seen many advertisements regarding the healing benefits of wearing copper jewelry. Though there is little scientific evidence to support, wearing copper bracelets and copper fiber infused joint support system is suggested to improve ailments such as headaches, arthritis, and joint pains. Y'all done seen some of those bracelets, but they put like magnets on the ends, but the whole bracelet is copper. You know what I'm saying? Copper wire. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us know the benefits of, what copper wire is used for, because in a lot of the wiring, of course, they use copper because it's a great conductor of electricity. And, your body runs on electricity. It's water and electricity. So anything that help you with that, you know what I'm saying? He said, don't get your children slapped by them saying, Holy God dynamic. Holy God dynamic. Come on, Sasha. Holy God dynamic. Of copper, the healthy balance of copper within our systems benefits us in multiple ways. Aside from sterilizing catalysts defined in the oligodynamic effect, some of the, but not nearly all of the beneficial remedies have been recognized as digestive aid, stimulating, go ahead and sing it, girl, peristalsis, aging reduction, very high in antioxidants. 3, fertility improvement. 4, improvement of bone density and strength. 5, anti-inflammatory. 6, brain stimulation. 7, regulation of body fat. 8, help heal wounds faster. 8, in production of new cells. 9, helps regulate blood pressure. 10, lower cholesterol. 11, maintain cardiovascular health. 12, help fights cancer. 13, regulates thyroid. 14, reduction of iron deficiency. 15, anti-arthritic. Mind, body, and soul. The benefits of copper are endless and uncountable. A healthy mind, body, and soul are the key. Sasha,
Yeah?
why does it sound like you in there messing with my dishwashing liquid?
I'm not.
What are you in there? What are you in there squeezing?
I'm making me a salad.
You making you a salad? Only God dynamic. Who told you could make you a salad? I like that Only God dynamic. I like that. Heal wounds more quickly, balance all 3 doshas in our bodies, or simply keep water fresh. Has been in practice and documented for thousands of years. Clearly, copper is an understated necessity with endless uses and needs yesterday, today, and tomorrow. All right, so now, also, I would suggest that, when we pick up stuff, because one of the things I always do is I check multiple sources. I just read this source to you, but look on there, because also too much copper It's not good for you. But I would imagine that drinking a little bit of copper out of a cup is not that bad. As a matter of fact, holy God dynamic. Holy God damn it. Dynamic. Cleveland. Hey, bring me that big water bottle down there real quick. It's a big water bottle that got just a little bit of water left in it that I used to brew the tea. Huh? Oh, Sasha made a salad. It's awful. There's nothing else in here, baby. It's just,
Okay, I'll go for some potatoes.
what about, no, not potatoes, tomatoes.
Tomato.
Okay, is there any carrots in here?
I'll put
You gonna eat that? You made it for you?
I made it for you.
You made it for me? Oh, can you put some tomatoes in? Yeah.
Tomato.
All right. We got water around here. Keep you some extra water around, family. You never know. You never know when the beast's gonna be tripping. So we're gonna let this sit for a minute. Great conductor. But you know, if you put hot stuff in here, you know you're gonna burn your hand, right? So I'm gonna let that sit on the side for a minute. I still need to make some coffee, huh?
You want some broccoli?
Is broccoli in there? Heck yeah. My daughter making me a salad. So I'm gonna eat that salad right here with the family. Right after we get done with the toast. So we're gonna let that sit on there and see if it can absorb some copper up in there, you know. But I got some other stuff coming for you. It just don't stop there. Because this is gonna cheapen my water bill. Alright. So so this morning we got downstairs, me and Cleve. I'm trying to pass the game on to Cleve. You family, we got to start passing the game on to our young people, right? So he helped me make the tea. So this right here, this is the tea. I'm gonna show it to you through the glass. We mixed the honey in and we got the scobies in, but this was some leftover tea because I brew somewhere around 12 gallons a day. So I'm gonna have to as the markets start growing, as the malls start growing, because I will have some available for the mall. A couple of gallons. Well, I'm gonna have about 5 gallons because I'm gonna have to start keeping some gallons for myself. I got other people ordering. Family, don't be shy. If you want to order some. If you want to learn how to make it. Eventually, we will do a presentation, whether it's with me, but there's other brewers and fermenters in the community as well. And what I'm saying is, family, this is one of the staples that we could start using and creating to develop commerce within our community, as well as exchanging information, doing experiments, and also harnessing health benefits. You know what I'm saying? That we can actually make in our own house. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go out and buy all those kombuchas. You know what I'm saying? With all that goddamn sugar. I got my people sitting up here. We getting diabetes left and right, and we got people out here pushing our kombucha. That's straight sugar, honey sugar, but it's a different type of sugar. And on top of that is more yeast and bacteria that's coming from the raw honey. This is why I use the raw honey, right? Those yeast and bacteria, they eat up the sucrose, they eat up that fructose, right? They eat that and produce something beautiful. So this is the tea right now, and the white stuff you see on top, that is the action that's going on inside of the bubbles on top. That's the result of the action of the tea by itself. Because I want you to understand, even the tea has, the tea is fermenting on its own. This is what I learned in the last couple of days. My tea started fermenting on its own even before I put the SCOBY in it. So we got the action happening right now once I added the honey. That's the action going on, right? So now I throw a SCOBY up on there. And a little SCOBY juice. Hot damn. All right, so now let's toast our ancestors. So first, lifting up our glass, created by whatever name you choose to call it creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that creator, the magnificent creator. We lifting up the glass and we say, Ashe. From their family, of course, we pull out the list of our illustrious ancestors that we salute on a daily basis here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Right? And I'm getting the young people ready because when I'm no longer able to do it, I want to pass on the mantle to somebody else. Brother bro, is honey bee shit? No, honey is not bee shit. No, honey is not bee shit. What honey is the food that the bees make from collecting pollen. They collect the pollen and they chew on it. It's bee spit. We can say that, but it's not bee shit. All right, they got a little another place. You know what? Now you got me wondering, but I'm sure it's not bee shit, cause I don't know why they would store bee shit and turn around and eat it. But you know, I never seen a bee eat no goddamn honey. So maybe the little things that they got in there that we think that we're stealing from them, we're actually helping them clean out their place. That is brilliant. Nature is so goddamn smart. We don't want all this shit. We make humans think that we fight them for it and just let them. They come and they clean out shit. They'll give us free housing. Bees is brilliant. If it's bee shit, bees are brilliant.
You want me to put some olives in it?
You gonna put some olives in it for me too? What you want? Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. My daughter's setting me up for something.
No,
She done did something.
I am not setting you up. It's a real salad.
She ain't never made me a salad. Now you got me wondering, because is there anything else besides a real salad?
I made you a salad before.
All right. So calling on our ancestors.
And you didn't eat it. So I'm making you another one.
Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Texana, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Pendergaston, Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Avar Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara 2H, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Flora, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Pat Ma, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bropro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Hayes, Grace Lundy, Inez Hayes, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Studying Lucy Wright, there, Gail Pulley, and the Luxter brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley, Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trey, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Anna Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Beatty, Sarah Weatherby, the farmer, Augusto Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thorne, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thorne, Richard Thorne, Lieberman Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Marshall, Peter Peacock, Willie Thorne, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Tevez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Lester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatop Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Rennie, Sterling Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dinamon Ellis, Dillamon Aries, Gene and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Najla Parrish, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scandalberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gatson, Gerald Brantley, Brian. Not that cheese. I want the other cheese.
Okay, the dark one.
No, the broken up cheese, Gina.
This one.
Let me see.
This bag.
Yes. Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Uncle Buki. Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim. God damn it!
Did you call me?
No.
What'd she do?
Oh.
What happened?
Well, somebody called me and started screaming. You want some mustard?
No, I don't want no mustard. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Family. Those of you that know, check my timeline and make sure that I'm not doing my show when you call. Just knock the whole show off. Now I got to start over on Facebook and YouTube. So it's going to be 2 timelines for this. That's not right. All right, where was we at? We was on Brian Watson. My son Brian Watson. Shouts out to Brian. Reverend Rosebud Mother. Thomas Bradley, Uncle Buki. All right, okay. Brian Watson Jr., Kaneko Parsons, Jason Kathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, Leonard Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, Gypsy, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irby, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donald Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott. Watch out for my water, baby. No, I don't want to lie.
Okay, you stop.
I just told you to watch out for my water. I just told you. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. All right, cool. Put it over there. Right there on the floor. Right there, yeah. On top of that. Right there, yeah.
Here?
No, on top of the, yeah. Thank you. Take that, yeah. No, leave that there.
Great book.
All right, I'm giving y'all time to get back on. It is going down here at Gye-Nyame Journey. I don't know what's going on. Water spilling. People calling, pushing me off. I don't want to miss none of the ancestors, though. Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Toure, Greg G. 2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, William and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie, Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Manella, Alvis Molly, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edwards R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarin Cooper, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. All right, let's go to our black book. Nobody really voted on it, whether we should. So I'm just going to keep it in the black book. I'm going to use that brown book for something else. We have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Kundle, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Germonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Isin, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Daniel Tilly, Angeline Gant, and Sharifa. Now, I have another name that needs to be added to the list, but I'm going to let somebody in the family do that because what we have to understand is that the process for people being on the ancestor list is the same process that we have for joining the Gye-Nyame journey. Who is your sponsor? All of these elders have sponsors. So anybody that puts you on the list, they sponsor you. So every now and then, you know what I'm saying, you got to check in. Make sure that your ancestor's name is being read. You understand? So the whole piece is we got to take responsibility for not only those that are alive in our community, because that's part of the issue, that respect, responsibility, reciprocity, those three legs of the stool of relationship. Responsibility, we not only got to take responsibility for those that are alive and those that we bring into circles, we also got to take responsibility for those that we salute in the afterlife. Because remember, hell for an African is being forgotten, and we never want to forget our ancestors. So family, there's a young brother that was a warrior. He was an urban warrior, right? He passed on. And I found out by way of one of the brothers. So that means that one of the brothers has to take responsibility and put the brother on the list. You understand? I have ancestors that I'm responsible for, and that I can vouch for, that I take personal responsibility for. Right? I want somebody to be willing to take personal responsibility and take the time to put the individual on the list, or get the individual on the list, taking the steps. So we sponsor our ancestors in too in Gye-Nyame journey, right? So we lift up our glass to all of our ancestors that we read, and we say, thank you, Sasha Mosh. Next up, we are in the moment right now. We are on the day of Kuumba, great Kuumba to each and every last one of you. And the only thing that we can control, family, is the moment. We are in the moment. Bring me that apple cider vinegar, because I'm going to put some apple cider vinegar on that. I'm going to eat my daughter's salad. She went in and she refixed it. In the moment, right? We celebrate in the moment. She put a little bit of dressing on there. I'm going to throw a little bit because I don't feel like going downstairs and grabbing some SCOBY juice. You know what I'm saying? Throw a little. Smells delightful. She right. It smells delightful. You know why? Because you made it for me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So we're going to let that soak in along with the other dressing that she has on here.
You want some of this on it?
Huh?
You want some of this?
Pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah, sprinkle a little pepper on it for
Oh
me.
my God, no way.
All right, just a little bit. Don't. Give it here, baby. Here, let me help you. Give it here. Let me help you once. Don't be scared. Yeah, I like pepper. Throw a little bit of salt. No, you give me the salt. I'll put the salt on it. All right. So, we're in the moment. In the moment is our power. And what we want to do is we want to activate our reticular formation this morning and for the rest of the day. And we want to seek out creativity or Kuumba in our community. We want to find our principles. We got to take the time each day to look around and find our principles, because we are inundated with bullshit. Family, I mean, we got to understand. There's a war. Yeah, that'd be good. There's a war going on. No, not in your hand. Just pour it right on top. I'm not scared of that. A little bit more. Thank you. There's a war going on. There's a war for your mind. So and the war is, the more stuff that I could get you to focus on, the more I got you in my camp. All right? So the question is, are you Gye-Nyame? Are you your tribe, whatever the name of your tribe? Or are you the shit that's going on out here? Because I got to keep your mind focused on the stuff that help enforce, no hot sauce, to enforce your, or either we need to start learning how to enforce our reality or the reality that other people want to force upon us. So this moment, in the moment is when all that happens, because this moment spills over into the future. And once again, I tell you, we have a pact with our ancestors and we have a pact with our future generations. What the hell just happened with my computer? I don't know either. I think my computer just crashed, family. Oh, okay, cool. There you go. All right. So Uh-oh. I'm seeing code on my computer. I think we might be crashing. All right, let me reset. I don't like all that. All right. So, in this moment, family, we have a pact with our ancestors. We have a pact with our future generations. So that means we have to get the soil ready. We have to build the foundations to make it possible for them to exist and really, really exist. Not just be here, not just be servants to others. They need to be able to serve our community, and in many cases, serve our community exclusively, because other people are serving other communities exclusively. So we have to do the work in the moment. So part of that is seeking out and finding our principles at work in our community. We have to find them. All right? So let's go, and we're going to lift up our glass to the present moment. We're going to say, Ashe. From there, we're going to move to the future generation. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity, and we say, Ashe. Now, no, baby, I don't want a sandwich, but thank you. We lift up our glass, and who we salute. From here, we move to all of our relations, all the things that connect us to everything in this universe. We lift up and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on, and we take that moment. What is it that you need in this moment to become a better person? What is it that you need in this moment to be able to be the best that you can be? We toast and we ask and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Last but not least, I toast the most magnificent, most beautiful, most powerful, most uplifting, most inspiring individual in the room. And that's you. I lift up my glass and we say, Ashe. Wait, hold on. Let me get this. Ashe. 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 Family, I wish you peace, power, and joy.
100 years.
And 100 years, as my daughter said. Those that's getting that ambrosia this week. That's pretty good. All right, so we gonna have our conversation, right? We got, let's see if anybody on here. Brother Kwame is up on the line with us. I want to send shouts out to Brother Kwame. I'm eating my daughter's salad that she made for me. Don't want it to go to waste. I'm kind of proud. Sasha.
Yeah.
You know I don't eat no hot dog, baby. Why is a hot dog in here? You was making this for you. Go and eat it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if you actually don't like hot dogs.
So you gonna try to poison me to see if I don't like hot dogs? Can I get ambrosia at the market? Yes, you can. My daughter just did a beautiful job and put a hot dog right in the middle of the damn salad. Baby, that's been sitting down there in the juice and all that. That salad, I can't eat that. You need to eat that. You can't waste that. That's good stuff. Eat it. Oh, my God. Y'all see that? It's real life here on Gye-Nyame Journey. My daughter tried to take me out.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You tried to take me out. Oh, my God. I don't believe it.
But you added pepper here, right?
So what? Just a little bit of pepper. Go and eat it. I'll make a salad later. Man, now, so, all right, first things first. So, next week, we scheduled, because during the market day, part of our promotion piece for the mall is for us to have the movie night as well. Because like I said, we don't want to crowd the whole month. We know people got a lot of stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? With the Tawi events going on in the park and you know what I'm saying? Boom. We respect your time. So we want to do the mall and the market. So when people go to the mall, they do a little shopping and then they might go to a movie. So we figure, hell, you do the same thing at Gye-Nyame Journey. So I'm hyped up because Sister Nabi said, well, we need to show this movie. Go ahead and throw some ketchup, mustard, and onions on that mug. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Trying to kill me. She literally, I just wanted to see if, what? What are you doing, Sasha?
I'm washing off my porch.
Okay. All right. So Navita came up with a good movie selection, I believe. The name of the movie is called The White Man's Burden. So I go, she couldn't get it. She said, I did this, boom, boom, boom. I said, cool, I got Amazon. But she got Amazon Prime too. So I'm saying, what the fuck going on? So boom, I go in and I order it, right? Order from Amazon Prime. So, you know, they say they guarantee it's going to be here, right? And look what they sent me. So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, what is it about this movie that makes it so hard to goddamn get? Right? I'm looking, I pull it out, it says, Blues Traveler, Hootie and the Blowfish, Changing Faces, Michelle Indigelo, Dave Matthews Band, Cracker, Bush, Meat Puppets, and Howard Shore. White Man's Burden, the original motion picture soundtrack. Nigga, I don't want the soundtrack, I want the movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here, what is this? Right? So they send me the goddamn soundtrack. So I said, all right, cool. This will be one of the prizes. So I go online, I said, well, damn, I know I can find this shit streaming somewhere. I go to 3 different streaming services. White Man's Burden is not on none of them. I go to the YouTube video. The shit is blocked on YouTube. And I'm sitting up here, what is it about this movie that's so special that they don't want us I said, we got to see this motherfucker. So I put in another order. I'm looking for it. If anybody out there has anybody or know anybody with the movie The White Man's Burden, please get with us, because I don't want to change the movie now, because anything that's this hard to get my hands on, I want to sit down, I want to dissect it, I want to look at it, I want to break it down, I want to have discussion about it, because for them to totally, I mean, just think about this. It's not even streaming on YouTube. None of the streaming services where you get movies that came out yesterday. Think about this. Streaming services that you can get a movie that just came out yesterday don't have this shit. What is it about this movie? You know what I'm saying? You know, so if anybody out there got it, feel free to give us a call. Let us use it for that night or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get it, so now I got to wait. Then also, found out that the t-shirts aren't going to be delivered on time. So I got to use the shirts that I have, and I have to divide them so that we can go on and show what inventory we're going to have in April and in May. Because it's like roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. But the one good thing I can say is, yeah, that's the one with John Travolta. You got it?
Yeah.
That's the one with John Travolta. Because if you got it, you might be able to push that motherfucker off on YouTube, on eBay for about $30. Because I'm sitting up here like, wow, they just sending soundtracks. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the soundtrack.
Giving him a soundtrack.
That's right, Gina. Sasha, they give me a soundtrack. You know what I said to that? I'm going to tell you exactly what I said to that. I said, Oli goddamn-a-namic. That's what I said. Oli goddamn-a-namic. Right. Sitting up here tripping. So now, lines are open. Let me go and type it in. For those that don't know the number. Who has it? I don't know who has it. I mean, everywhere I go, they like either they sold out or they can't sell it. You know what I'm saying? I can't find it. So what is, once again, I have to ask the question, what is it about a movie like this that makes it so hard to get your hands on? 614-556-4535. Family, you call in with anything you want to talk about. If you have any questions for me about anything, those that's out there listening, because I know some of the family out there listening, especially that family that called me, feel free to call me. I'm pretty sure I had the DVD. Going to have to check the old media. Uh-oh. See, that's what I'm talking about. Family communicating. What?
I washed my own dishes.
But did you eat the salad? You know I could check the trash can. You do know that, right? It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, because like I said, I'm sitting up here bugging. I'm like, oh my God. So, family, also what we need help with is that if you have a timeline on Facebook, Twitter, the one where you take Instagram, you know what I'm saying? If you have social networks, we need people starting to talk about the market. We're 7 days out. I'm about to do a video, and we're going to send out the mass text once again. I'm going to send it out one time this week. I'm going to send it out next week. My computer keep on going black. We are under attack, and I'm loving it. Right? So the comments have fallen off, so I can't see what people are saying. But also, so that might mean that the lines are off. This is why I got to get another computer, because I want to do the lines on a whole different setup. I'm gonna hook up the lines real soon. Family, it's going to be nice. After we get this new camera, we're gonna be able to do other stuff, do other live events, be able to track faces and stuff like that. But we did get our walkie-talkies for the security detail. We're gonna be a little bit more organized, but each month as we go, this is not these walkie-talkies. But each month we will get better, right? So family, we building, and I want some of y'all, please grow with us. This is a community project, right? Like I said, we don't have an advertisement budget. We have word of mouth. We have plenty of vendors that need a place to set up once a month and sell their goods. You know what I'm saying? Come on out and let's do it. All right, so other points of discussion. Let me see. All right, so I posted some stuff up on Gye-Nyame Journey yesterday. I gotta go to my tablet. I'm so glad I got so much stuff, man. Look at this. Check with Brother Renee. Matter of fact, I gotta call Brother Renee today, because now, coming family, we're gonna be in the hardcore press for the Malcolm X Revolutionary Festival. I want you to understand the name change. Malcolm X Revolutionary Festival. We're celebrating Malcolm, but we also will be able, with the Revolutionary Festival, celebrate other revolutionary leaders as well with the Malcolm X. So we will be having the Malcolm X Revolutionary Leader Festival on May 25th. There's a specific reason why we switched weekends. So we ain't got no flyers out, but we're switching weekends, and I'm working hard to get some stuff finalized. I need another pay period in order to pass, so that I could be like, we got it. And after March 30th, I'm gonna be able to come out and let you know exactly who will be playing, and hopefully at least one of the speakers. It's going down, family. It's going down. Right? So now, all right, so let's see. Hootsuite then closed down on my computer, so I need to pull this up. But now, also, keep up with us. Now, we have the Gye-Nyame group, Gye-Nyame Journey group, and we also have the Gye-Nyame Journey media page. They are different. The discussions are totally different, right? The discussions are totally different. The Gye-Nyame Journey group is a private group, so you ain't got to worry about any outsiders looking at some of the comments, because I know some of y'all got jobs to protect and shit like that. So that's cool. I'll do all the crazy shit on my page, or the stuff that I feel that I need. Right now, for us, one of the big pushes that's going on out here is reparations, and I want to make sure that people start, because really with this whole reparations piece, not only as an adults, we have to prepare ourselves, but we have to start preparing our children, because it's sort of like, for me, it's sort of like, because I love gangster movies, right? It's sort of like Don Corleone talking to Michael Corleone about the traitor in the camp, right? So there's a scene where Don Corleone is sitting in one chair, Michael is sitting in another chair, and they start talking. But before they get into business, he's like, "How's your family?" Family's good, Pops. Boom, 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 boom. He said, "You got the phone people. You got the phones." He said, "Yeah, Pops, we got the phones tapped," and blah blah blah. He says, "You know how they gonna come at you." Yeah, Pop, we got all that handled. And then he looked at his father and he said, "Pops, what's wrong with you?" He said, "Mike, I never wanted this life for you. Santino chose the life, but I never wanted this for you." Now, that was a touchy scene because they handled family business, but then they handled the business because he wanted to make sure his son was aware of all of the strategies. And we got to understand there are strategies. There are certain ways that people are going to come at you. So one of the things that we have to be aware of, and we have to start educating our younger people about, is the ways that power moves and the way that they're going to come at you, right? So some of the stuff that you see right now is in the last 2 weeks, what we have seen is we've seen people trying to co-opt. So at first they try to minimize your existence. It's bots, ain't real people out here talking. These are goddamn Russians. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So they try to minimize your existence.
Make me something.
Okay. So they try to minimize the existence of there being an actual movement out here. It's the Russians. Because now I want y'all to understand, they're doing the scare. But a lot of people, boom, with all the information out here, it's like, boom, Russia ain't really worried about us and shit like that, and they done burnt out the whole Russia excuse, right? So, now, they done worked through that, right? Then we get to Bernie Sanders, old man question, well, what do you mean by reparations? What is reparations? And he asking the wrong people. See, because we got to be careful about that too, because now what they'll start doing is they're going to start trying to replace the leaders, co-opt the movement. So now people that are just like tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, and just now getting involved with the whole idea about reparations are asking about reparations, but Bernie knows that he could turn around and he could ask them, what do you mean by reparations? And the only thing they could say, well, cutting a check. No, I don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that. No. Okay, you was wrong on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you also wrong. Actually, you ain't even wrong for asking that question, Bernie. But you better get your shit together, right? Because you're going to get chased off the whole political field with this shit. Don't play with us, right? Now, boom, they ask the questions. Now you got to define it, right? Boom. So like I said, when people start wanting to ask me questions, I say, listen, go to ADOS101.com. Very simple. That's one of, and it's real, it's well written, and it has some stuff coming out. And we got other people thinking about it now. But we do know that reparations need to be part of the discussion. So now we move into the second phase of them co-opting the movement. What do? They go back and they use a Willie Lynch technique that is very simple, very effective. Divide and conquer. They ain't even a Willie Lynch piece. That's something they've been using for a long time. Divide and conquer. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? So now we got these young people with this new energy coming into this whole reparation shit. Like, boom. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there. I understand that. I know that energy. Y'all old niggas ain't been doing nothing right. Let me show you how to do this. And they get in with their energy. And they bring that force. And they bring that power. What our enemies will always do is they are going to pit the young against the old. So then now what we see happening is they're bringing out other people that's been talking about, look, I've been talking about reparations for a long time. And I think that these individuals talking about reparations don't know what they're talking about. So now they start attacking the credibility of the people that's doing it now. Not them directly, but they have other people that's attacking it. And it may not even be them doing it on behalf of the United States government or the Alphabet Boys. It might be them. No, you can't. But it might be them doing it out of jealousy, or, you know, you young people need to get into your place. And when we really don't understand young people's place, because there has never been a revolutionary movement that has been started, in a sense, or even ran by the elders. We got to be clear about that. It's time for us in our community to start learning how to pass the baton. We hold on to shit for far too long. You can see it. You know, it sort of looks like, to me, let me tell you what it looked like. You ever seen Prince Charles' old ass? Have you ever wondered why this nigga still Prince? He almost, he older than my mama. He got to be in his 60s or 70 years old, still with people running around calling him Prince. Why? Right? Because this is how our elders are. Because Queen Elizabeth is going to hold on to power until she dies. Rather than saying, look, I need to retire as queen, I need to lay back, spend a couple of these billions, and I'm going to pass it on to Prince Charles. This is what our elders are doing. I'm going to hold on to it till I die. So now we bring out the elders and we separate. So now we got, boom, 80 old ass versus old school reparations people who did do work. We can't deny that. But the fact is, we are in a new time. The tactics that you were using were either sidetracked or were not successful until these young people jumped up and start talking, bringing the conversation again. And rather than you falling in line and working with them and saying, look, young folks, let me help you out. Let's do this. Let's work together. How can I help? How can I be of existence? No, you want to take over the movement. And which brings in the question, brings in the fact that now you are acting in a questionable way. Do you want to take over this movement for yourself, or are you taking it over for other interests? Now I want y'all to remember, in The Godfather Part 1, when Don Corleone got out the hospital and he started healing up, but people started noticing him getting older, and he finally brought Michael back and he started passing on power. He didn't stay Godfather. When people came and approached him and they were like, he said when he was retiring, he brought in his two consiglieres. They were with him from the beginning. Listen, please understand this. They was with him from the beginning. They started out with him. All of them had interest in the original business, which was olive oil. Jinko Olive Oil Company. They was there. As a matter of fact, the very store that they took over was one of the capos. No, my fault. It was the consigliere that died before the movie even started. That was, boom. So I take that back. Jinko. Matter of fact, I think his name was Jinko. Jinko Olive Oil Company. They all started together. As a matter of fact, the consiglieres introduced Vito Corleone to the business, to the game. Now, hold on. They approach him. They like, yo, you know what I mean? This old school shit. Godfather. Michael announced, my father's retiring. He's turning over all power to me. And I will not let you go out and start your own families right now. We got some stuff in the works that, that is very sensitive, and we don't need any issues, and we need you to hold down what you got. They immediately got upset. And they went to the Godfather and said, Godfather, please. You know what I'm saying? You promised us that you allow us to establish our own territories and all this, and we want to establish our territories. And I got people coming in on the territory that I have carved out. And without your assistance, I'm going to lose. And he's like, hold on. I no longer have power. I pass power on to Michael now. And if you trust in me, you'll trust in my son. And we don't see this in our community. We don't see this. This is what has to transpire. The old need to start passing on the reins to those that are young enough to do it and get into advisory positions. Because you're not cut to do it no more. You're comfortable. Most of these individuals that you see on the TV right now talking about reparations are in some sense have settled in to their existence. They're comfortable. You need people that are uncomfortable, young people that are hungry, that need to move forth in the movement. That's very important. Very important. I'm trying to get to my home screen on
Your phone?
all right, so let me go to, this is ridiculous. Let me just go here. But I mean, like I said, if you got any comments about that, you want to talk about that, 614-556-4535. Also, earlier this week, I had a show. It was just on Ujima. I had a show. Now they making me, I got to log all the way in. Hold on. I gotta be quiet because I got too many passwords and I can't remember.
Then why you got too many?
Because you gotta change them. Don't cut that on your foot, baby. And your food shouldn't be on your feet. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. My baby got food on her feet.
No, I don't.
You did. My God. She got food on her feet.
No, I don't. You got food feet, then if I have food on my feet, you have food feet.
All right. So earlier this week, I posted up a question. I posted up something. I want to read straight from it, so there's no possible way people can totally misunderstood what I meant. And I meant it. I mean this shit because I'm listening to more and more of my peers talking this common humanity shit. And I hear you. Right? I hear you. Because you done approached a place of comfort. Your lifestyle is moving along. You don't necessarily want to rock the boat. This is why it's important that we establish cultural stabilizers, staples in our community, things that we support so that we can always have an independent power base. Because a lot of those that are my age right now don't have the freedom to speak or to think in ways that young people who are not beholden to anybody but their parents. And in many cases, some of these young people are not even beholden to their parents. We have to understand, family. Use the Fire Stick and go to Kodi. It will give you what you're looking for. I'm looking at the movie right now. It's on Kodi. But I prefer the movie. You already know what's up with that. Hey, Brother Patai, you got ways and means. Go and get that for me, man. Please. Get that movie for me. All right. So what we have, because I want y'all to understand, we're moving to a space right now where we have young people firing up older people and firing up people their age, and they got younger people listening. All of them are, in a sense, in lockstep moving forward. All you got to do is go on YouTube and look for the real discussions about this whole concept of ADOS. And those of you that's been involved, those of you that are over 40, 45, you're going to start recognizing that energy, because that energy was popping off between 85 and 95. We know it started dying off and around the early 90s. you're going to recognize the energy. They're saying something that you heard before, but it's different. It's sort of like X-Clan riding a Parliament Funkadelic beat. It's a remix. It's Sankofa. They went back and fetched it, and now they made it into something new, beautiful, and powerful that can move our people into a whole nother level. But now we got all these old head niggas talking that's comparable right now, talking this universal humanity shit. Where was the universal humanity when they was putting the lash on your ancestors? Where was the universal humanity when they was raping men and women? Where was the universal humanity when they was making $1 trillion, making billions off of cotton? Where was the $1 million when we as a people were the major commodity and we were the capital? Chattel means simply movable property. They could move it from one state to another. Where was universal humanity when we ran to the north and they was able to send slave catchers out to catch us and bring us back, and the courts would allow them? Where was the universal humanity with redlining? Where was the universal humanity with the education system? With the misreading of the original case of Brown versus the Board of Education? Because listen, family, listen. I'm not the smartest, but I'm far from the stupidest. Listen to me, family. Go back to the case of Brown versus the Board of Education and see what they originally wanted. The whole idea was to get equal resources for the schools. We had competent teachers. Look back and see how many of our teachers, how many families was torn up when they passed that shit, that Brown versus Board of Education, in the way that they did. They said that children in black schools were being mentally damaged. Do y'all not understand what the fuck that means? Where was the universal humanity with that shit? Where was the universal humanity when our ancestors returned from 2 world wars and Vietnam and still had to catch hell? And Korea. And Afghanistan. And any other motherfucking wars that this country has ever had. Miss me with that common humanity shit. What we need to make sure that we have politically and economically and socially is shit specifically designed for us. I want you to start watching black commentators. Family, start watching and start listening to the words that come out their mouth, because they never say black. And if they say black, they follow up real quick. And people of color. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? Right? So now, what makes what the elders are doing wrong? Because they're trying to hold on to power too long rather than giving it and passing the torch like Vito Corleone did to Michael Corleone. Like some of our ancient ancestors, tribal and national ancestors that say, listen, let me get up out the way. Let me go on and advise. Because maybe my step is just a little bit slow. But no, we want to hold on to power and prestige at the detriment of our people. And you know what that's called? That's called treason, goddammit. That's called treason. So, I asked this question after watching the Dr. Amos Wilson speech. So, the name of the speech is on YouTube. It's on my it's on Gye-Nyame Journey's Facebook page. I posted it March 21st at 6:11 p.m. March 21st. So if you go and here's the question. Or the comment and the question. Check out this video. Now, you only need to really check out the first 5 minutes to really get where I got my question, right? Our ancestor, Amos Wilson, was light years ahead. And a lot of us that listen, I'm not saying something that you don't know. In here, he gave a path to success and defined what is going on now with the call to reparations from the ADOS community. I'm going to change a few of the words, but in essence, it defines what is happening with the ADOS now. In his original speech, he used this model to define why, to define and help us understand why Koreans and other ethnic groups were moving beyond us and rising up in America. I took the liberty to replace some of the words. Please pay attention. So everywhere you hear ADOS, in his speech, he put Korean. Other groups are operating based on their ethnicity. And I put in not in the commas. I put in, it don't matter. Look it up and see what ethnicity is. Other groups are operating based on their ethnicity. ADOS needs to operate on a basis of consciousness and identity of ADOS. And I know it's uncomfortable for some people. To advance our economic interests. And then use our economic power to advance our political interests. Now, you know where else you heard that shit? You hear the same shit when you hear Claude Anderson talking. He talks about it being a 5-level building. Y'all remember that? I'll find that and I'll post it up. It's a 5-level building and you got to take care of each level before you move up. First one is economic. Next one is political. Then you got something that up. So he's talking. Our ancestors and our elders have kind of, they laid down the blueprint. It's basic stuff that we got to take command of in our communities in order to move forward. Now, but before he even said this, he first went in on the idea of multiculturalism, and the idea of multiculturalism brought him to this part of the discussion. And this is what I said now, because I need people to understand. I'm not against Pan-Africanism. But I do understand that the Pan-Africanism that a lot of people are talking about, that are talking about today, exists with the common poor folks that have even had contact with each other. But the leadership that is necessary in order to make this happen don't exist here or in Africa. They killed that shit off 30 years ago. If I'm wrong, check my ass. Please do. Check my ass. Right? Because I want y'all to understand the shit that's been going on. Y'all look at African politics for the last 30 years. These motherfuckers is trying to be like this, and most of those politicians are in the pockets of the West Asians. And now the East Asians that's coming in. And don't forget those Central Asians that's still smuggling black people out and using them motherfuckers as slaves. Come on now. Talk to me. Hold on. Here we go. The lecture brought a question that I will throw up on my show today. And I know that some will be upset. After listening to this and hearing this ancestor go in on multiculturalism, looking up terms to make sure that I had it right, I have to throw out the question tonight on the broadcast. Is Pan-Africanism just multiculturalism in blackface today? I had to add today. I don't have it on it right now. And I won't go in and change it because I don't want to be ingenuous. Is the Pan-Africanism that a lot of motherfucking scholars, that a lot of big thinkers that never went to Africa, that never really met any real Africans, because family, let me tell you something. In order to get to America, it costs some bread. And we talking about some people over there existing on, literally for us, would be literal slave wages. This is why there's not a lot of commerce between African Americans and Africans. I know it's some, because some of y'all my cousins, listen, So it should be 10 of your cousins doing shit like this. We should be able to have a whole lot of more commerce going on between us here and people going on in the diaspora. But the politics do not allow it to happen here nor there. Soon as weed is legalized, I want y'all to think about this. Columbus is the sister city. One of our sister cities is Ghana. All right? Columbus is legalizing marijuana. In a minute, the marijuana piece is going to be legal in Ghana. I'm just saying, they got plenty of fields out there. Family. We should have a connect for our dispensaries. I forgot. You can't get dispensaries because you ain't got 250K sitting in cash. I wonder why that is. Because you ain't got no inheritance. And in most cases, the shit that you inherited, you got to reinvest money in to fix up because you really can't sell it. Or you might got like me. I love my grandfather. And I'm honored that he left me anything, but I got his ties. I don't think I could sell them. If I was to take all his ties, I don't think I'd be able to get 250K just to have sitting around and shit. Right? But is Pan-Africanism just multiculturalism in blackface today? Because I heard this, and I'm keep on hearing this, that as Pan-Africanists, we need to rise up all together at the same time and throw off the shackles of white supremacy and take over everything because a majority. See, because even when you listen to some of these Pan-African, I want y'all to understand, family, listen, they're talking about universality. They're talking about all of us as if we're the same. And one of the issues that I'm starting to see that people really have issue with ADOS, the whole ADOS idea, because it defines an identity for black folks right here in America. And I think that makes other people feel uncomfortable because for so long, and I know, like I said, hopefully I touch a couple of nerves, but I want y'all to understand that ADOS here in America has been the launching pad for many communities around the world. We have been the capital. We have been the capital producers. So although we're not out in the fields right now picking cotton, we're going to other people's stores to buy this shit now. So we're still producing income for people. We're going to other people's corner stores and they buying shit for $0.10 and we're buying it from them for $1. We're not picking cotton now. We're buying it. We're taking our little expendable income that we working on jobs that we can't seem to, many, because when you talk to a majority of people, they don't even like their jobs. I call my shit a venture. I love what I do. I'm blessed like that, right? But I want more of my people to be able to be in positions to do shit that they love to do. Because that's what family wants for each other. I don't want you to work just because you got to eat. I want you to work so that you could be the best at what you do so that you could change the world. And eat. This is what people who have inheritance are able to do for their family. Oh, you want to be an artist? Well, okay, cool. Go to school. Boom, boom, boom. You come out. I can introduce you to my friends. You can do a showing. Show some of your artwork and blah, blah, blah. And then listen, I'll buy your first piece. How much you want for that one? $5,000? Give you $10,000 for it. What? We can't do that. So my question, going back to that, is once again, we have to be careful and listen to the language, because when they start throwing in, because people of color outnumber everybody. Yeah, of course, people of color outnumber everybody. What about black? Can you say black? Can you say black for me, please? How many of us is it on the planet, right? And how many of us? Because what we have to understand is that when you're dealing with black folks, you're dealing with an ethnic group, until you get to one of us. Because we're totally defining ourselves by race, which is a man-made thing. Cultures are made by groups. Race is a man-made concoction. Europeans weren't warring over whether one was whiter than another. No, they was warring over ethnic shit. And what now? And this is what y'all got to understand too. You know what made Europe have to move towards power and get power? Once again, Europe started recognizing that they were, in a sense, by themselves. Everywhere they went, they saw. So they was able to focus on an outside enemy. And this is one of the keys to power, family. Love don't unite like fear. And I know that's fucked up. Love will not unite you like fear. White folks are moving in genuine fear. ADOS have to move with a sense of urgency. You know what I'm saying? With a sense of urgency, because what's coming for us should inspire some fear. And for me, fear has never been bad. I have never been in a fight where I wasn't scared. And any fight that I was in that I wasn't scared of, I ended up getting fucked up. Fear serves a purpose. And we have to start learning how to use that. So there's no calls. I won't belabor any of this, but family, please like and share. We're trying to grow. I don't even know if we're getting any more comments. This is crazy. Technology is a beautiful thing when it's working. Other than that, it's just a piece of art sitting up here, taking up space. I'm going to check my Gye-Nyame journey timeline to see if y'all still with me. All right. So here they say I got 2 people on. All right. So let me go and refresh. I'm going to refresh real quick. I'm going to play a tune real quick to see if there's anybody that's going to try to call in. I'm going to reopen the lines. Take me a couple of seconds. Sip on. Now Sasha got me wanting a salad. There used to be a place downtown that used to sell a nice soup and salad. I wonder if that place is open today. All right, well, they won't let me even play music. So, family, I'm just going to say peace. I'm out.